All right, what's going on, guys? SteelTwins back at you with another video. Week 14 NFL 2020 predictions. Week 13 is in the books. Here we are, Week 14. Want to welcome a special guest to the channel for the first time doing predictions with us. ThatSteelersFan, aka Abel. Welcome to the channel, man. How are you?
Good, and you guys? What's going on, everybody? This is my first time.
Yeah, it feels good to finally have you on, man. For the Week 14 predictions, we'll start with Thursday Night Football. We have the New England Patriots that are actually now 6-6. They just find ways to continue to win the past few weeks. They face the Los Angeles Rams, who are looking really good right now. So, what's your prediction here?
All right, so it looks like New England has found some sort of way to win. I think they're kind of doing the same thing that the Cleveland Browns are doing, which is not letting Cam Newton turn into I guess an Aaron Rodgers or a Ben Roethlisberger and throw it 50 times. So they're really focusing on that run game, which is something we could actually learn from. But oh no, we don't have a offensive coordinator because he doesn't exist.
No.
He just shows up, but he's not there. So I think, again, the Patriots are going to take down the Rams. You know, they do have a good defense, the Rams, but, I mean, it just seems like Sean McVay, whenever he has to go up against somebody who is, has more years under his belt, he just gets outcoached.
Mm.
So I don't know if you guys think, who do you guys think?
Well, see, now that you mentioned that, I mean, I can see Belichick definitely outcoaching McVay, but I also think that the Rams defense can definitely shut down Newton, or at least limit Newton in that rushing game of the Patriots. I'm thinking Los Angeles here.
Okay.
So I'd probably have to say Los Angeles 23-17.
I'm going to go with Los Angeles here to win at home. I feel like if that defense can limit the rushing game of the Patriots and contain Cam Newton as much as they can, I think they can get this. I really do.
Right.
I'm going to say 26-17, Los Angeles.
So I take it you're going to take Los Angeles as well?
Yeah, they could win out in this one.
Okay. Now on Sunday games, we have the Houston Texans at the Chicago Bears, two teams that just came off heartbreaking losses. But what's your prediction here?
I think I'm gonna go with Houston. I really don't like Chicago's offense. They don't really. They're basically like us. They don't have good play calling. Their defense can only do so much. Houston, I think they can find a way to win. It's probably going to be pretty close. As far as a score prediction, not really too sure. Maybe 28-20,
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah, I'd have to go with Houston as well. I just don't trust Chicago whatsoever. I really don't. I know that Watson doesn't have as many targets as he used to. Fuller's out for the year. They got rid of Kenny Stills, so all they have is Brandon Cooks and his concussions. But, I mean, that's about it. But
And Randall Cobb.
and Randall Cobb. He gets lost in the shuffle a little bit. But Chicago's defense is obviously good. But, like you said, they can only do so much with the horrendous Bears offense, which they might be starting Trubisky again. God bless them. I got Houston.
Yeah.
I got Houston. Let's go 24-21.
I'm going to go with Houston. Chicago started 5-1. They lost 6 straight.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely terrible of Chicago. I
You-
mean, they had the win against Detroit last week.
They did.
And they fumbled it away.
Yeah.
They really did.
You know, people want to talk about how the Steelers are the worst 11-1 team of all time. The Bears were the worst 5-1 team of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know how they started.
definitely.
I don't know how they started 5-1, but I'm gonna go with Houston here, 28-20.
Yeah. So let's go next to the Dallas Cowboys at the Cincinnati Bengals. Just an awful, awful game coming up. Who's going to be starting for the Bengals now? Brandon Allen again?
You might.
I
don't know.
I honestly don't know. What's your prediction here?
Yeah, no offense to Bengals and Cowboys fans, because my family is Cowboys fans. This game is a game if you want to take a nap or something, just put it on and watch it on laying down on a bed or a couch because this is gonna be like just a nightmare.
Oh yeah.
So I think let me see. I would say Cincinnati, but obviously they don't have Joe Burrow anymore.
Hmm.
So I think the Cowboys could actually win this one.
Yeah, I'd have to go with Dallas as well. I mean, I honestly think Cincinnati's losing the rest of the games. I don't see one game that they could win anymore. They can't really depend on the rushing game. Their defense is still horrendous. Their quarterback situation isn't doing them favors. What's his name? T. Higgins can only do so much. So
Yeah.
yeah, I got Dallas here. Andy Dalton could lead them back in the NFC East run. I don't know. Against the Bengals, they have a chance. Dallas wins 27-19. I think Ezekiel Elliott has his best game of the year.
More than likely, I think that would be the case. I'm gonna go with Dallas. Like 23-14. I can't really see much from this game
Yeah,
outside of maybe Elliott, but that's about it.
pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So next game we have a really good one actually. We have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Miami Dolphins, who are actually 8-4 in the AFC playoff run. What's your prediction here?
Oh man. I don't correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Like I don't does Miami have a pass rush or no? Like some kind of pass rush?
I can tell you this. I can't name one person on their defensive line. Maybe Christian Wilkins. I don't know. That's about it. I honestly don't think they do.
Okay. Well, from what I saw watching the Broncos game, it seems like the thing that can like get Mahomes to like not have a very good game is a pass rush. So if Miami can make some kind of pass rush, then they're gonna go ahead and probably take the win as long as their offense can keep up.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't do those two things, I kind of feel like this is gonna be another blowout or probably a close game in like the first half, and then it just gets out of control.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you just can't bet against Kansas City, can you? Miami's looking good. I think that they have the corners to match up well against their receivers. Xavier Howard can try to limit Tyreek Hill and his, just game-changing speed. Byron Jones is having a very quiet year. Xavier Howard's being the benefactor of that. He has 8 picks on the year. That's where I think Travis Kelce's going to continue to reign supreme here against that middle of the field of Miami, where they don't really have incredible linebackers. So, yeah, I got to go Kansas City here. I like the matchups, but I think Kansas City just has the edge. I can see Tua having a good game against a very suspect Kansas City defense. So, but I don't think that's really going to do much. It could be close. Tua could keep it close. So let's go Kansas City nonetheless. 26-22.
I'm gonna go with Kansas City. I do think this will be highly competitive. I definitely think Miami could possibly pull out the win at home, but just like Dan said, you can't bet against Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to say 28-24, Kansas City wins.
Okay. Next game, we have the Arizona Cardinals at the New York Giants. Arizona has lost, 3 straight? While New York has actually won 4 straight. They had the upset against Seattle. So they go back home to face Seattle's rival. It's crazy. So what's your prediction here?
Man, was that game crazy? I actually watched that game.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed, I felt kind of bad for Russell Wilson, but like at the same time, I remembered like the fact that I hate the Seahawks because they feel they got robbed, but I'm just like I think about it and I'm like that's a completely different team, and why didn't they do anything back in the Super Bowl days
Right.
of the Steelers? So I was just kind of happy. I was like, wow, finally a team that, I kind of feel like maybe they slept on them.
Oh.
They just said, oh, they're the Giants. They have no quarterback, so we don't really have to do much.
Exactly. They definitely did.
So I think I'm going to go with if that Giants defense shows up, I think they can actually take this game also.
I'd have to agree. That's a lot easier said than done against a guy like Kyler Murray, who is having a very on and off year. He's showing signs of being, a great quarterback, but there's also times where he's being pretty limited. The New York Giants is one of those defenses that can limit them, but with the weapons that Kyler has, I mean, I would imagine he can make some plays. We all thought Russell Wilson could too with Metcalf and Lockett, but they were able to limit them. So I mean, I don't know. This game could go either way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely think that. I think I'm gonna say the Giants are gonna win this, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Cardinals do actually find a way to win.
Yeah, I honestly think that the Giants' role can only go on for so long. Joe Judge, I think, could do good for them in the future. The Giants might be getting Daniel Jones back, whether that's a good thing or not. Who knows at this point? But the Giants can only be on a roll for so long. So I think Arizona, rains on their parade a little bit here. I got Arizona here, 21-16.
I feel like if the Giants, their defense has definitely stepped up big time, especially their pass rush. But I feel like if they can be able to cause Kyler Murray to make the turnovers that he's been doing in recent weeks, and which has hurt Arizona a lot, and it's what has cost them games recently. I think New York could very well come out with the win, but I think Arizona is definitely going to want to try to stay in the NFC playoff picture and try to get a win.
I believe Arizona's 6-6. They're trying to stay in the playoff run as well. They've lost 3 straight. So they got to go, on the road again. Hopefully get a win here to stop their losing streak.
Yeah, that's what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to get a win here. I'm going to say 24-17.
Okay. Next one, we have the Minnesota Vikings at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What's your prediction here?
Oh, man. So is Tom Brady still the GOAT?
No.
Tampa Bay?
Not at all.
Oh, God.
Never.
Yeah, he's obviously not. Like, he is basically doing the thing that Ben's doing right now, which, I can't believe it took so many years to stop it, and, nobody did for, a long time in New England. Those checkdowns, basically, that weren't even more than 5 yards. So Tom Brady can throw down the field, right, all the time. Yeah, no, he can't do that.
No.
So Tampa Bay is overrated. I would go with the Vikings, but I kind of feel like Kirk Cousins is going to be Kirk Cousins and not show up.
That's honestly my exact feeling about this game. I don't think Kirk Cousins can, stand with a team like Tampa Bay. Even though they are a little overrated, I don't think he can stand with a winning team like Tampa Bay.
Yeah, if this was a primetime game, man, would it be difficult because both teams have sucked, especially Kirk Cousins with his record in primetime.
For sure.
So I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as much as I don't want to, but I have to, I guess. I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings can actually pull out the win, barely. But, yeah, I guess Tampa Bay here.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I don't want to, but I got to go Tampa Bay. I can see Minnesota staying close. Justin Jefferson's arguably Offensive Rookie of the Year. Dalvin Cook's, rolling right now. Adam Thielen leads the league in touchdowns, I believe. So they got weapons on offense. That's no question. The issue is, can Kirk Cousins lead them to victory?
Can he come and actually play?
Right. So
yeah.
I think they got to continue to give the ball to Justin Jefferson. Great things happen when they do. Same thing goes for Dalvin Cook. Against a Tampa Bay defense that is suspect, they can. But not only is Tampa Bay's defense suspect, so is Minnesota's. And, of course, Brady has targets out the ass. So I got to go Tampa Bay, unfortunately. Although I would love to see Minnesota claim this victory here and Tampa Bay take another loss. So Tampa Bay wins 28-23.
Yeah, I can't see Kirk Cousins, despite the weapons he has, he never plays great on the road, and he's never clutch.
That's a great point to make as well.
He's not.
No.
And
He's not.
And going up against a Tampa Bay defense that has been suspect lately, they're definitely going to want to bounce back big. And why not on somebody that doesn't have a great reputation on the road and against a great up and rising defense? So I'm going to go with Tampa Bay 31-21.
Okay. Next one, I would say this is a tough one. This is more of a coin flip. We have the Denver Broncos at the Carolina Panthers. Christian McCaffrey could be back, but he also wasn't really.
He's expected to play.
Is he?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Well, we'll see what happens, but what's your prediction here?
Oh, yeah, this is a game that it's not pretty. I don't think it'll be like a good game. I want to see the Panthers. Is it the Broncos that have the Panthers number for like the last couple of years?
Well, yeah, I mean,
I think so.
The Broncos beat them in the Super Bowl a few years back.
Yeah.
So that's one thing to know.
Yeah.
Now, of course, these are two completely different teams.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. For some reason, like, this game is kind of saying Denver, but I think the Panthers are going to win this one.
Yeah, this is just one of those games where it's hard to call. So
It's more so a coin flip, really.
So I guess we gotta go with the home team. So let's go Carolina. 22-18.
Yeah, I'm going to go Carolina 26-20.
Yeah. So
I
just,
think it's mainly because, like, we saw the Broncos against the Chiefs, but that's a division rival.
Mhm.
You know, Tony Romo said it best, actually, when it's a divisional team, like, you sort of know, like, what schemes works against, like, the other team because you play them more often.
yeah.
But, like, other teams, you don't really know what to do. So this could go to, like, Carolina or it could go to the Broncos.
Right. Exactly. So next game though, I think this is a no-brainer. Tennessee came off a very, very devastating loss to the damn Cleveland Browns. But
I could not believe it.
Yeah, it was tough to watch seeing the Browns actually succeed and Baker Mayfield actually plays good. But they go back on the road to face a divisional rival in the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think it's a no-brainer nonetheless. But what's your prediction here?
Yeah, I gotta go with the Titans. I think they bounce back. The Jaguars, like, I don't know, like, what they are, what they're trying to do. That team's just a mess. I think Tennessee at least has some kind of, they're like at least some kind of focused team. But yeah, apart from that.
So you're taking Tennessee?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Tennessee here.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all are. I think Derrick Henry has another great game. The Jags could stay close because, like you said, it's a divisional rival. But also, that Tennessee defense is obviously horrendous. We've been knew this. So
yeah,
as Baker Mayfield did look good last week, I'm still not convinced. It's the fucking Titans defense.
Yeah.
So
no,
I think Devlin Hodges could have a field day against the Titans defense if he wasn't held back, to be real with you. But I can also see James Robinson stepping up in this game, continuing his great rookie year.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Glennon will begin the start. He has actually kept the Jags close in some of these games. He might be the guy to go to for the rest of the year if they want to try to look competitive heading into next year and in the offseason. But I still got Tennessee. Let's go 34-17.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Tennessee. I do think this will be close very early, but I think Tennessee will still come out with a victory. 30-20.
Okay. Next game, we have the Indianapolis Colts at the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders just barely beat the Jets because Greg Williams is an idiot. Or maybe he did it on purpose. I'm convinced he did it on purpose because the Jets are on full tank right now. But what's your prediction here?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Colts, obviously. The Raiders, like, it seems like a couple pieces away from like being a pretty good playoff team, but their defense obviously is still like really lacking. Their defense kind of looks like our defense in like 2017, where we could barely keep up with some teams, and their offense is, basically like ours. They have like some kind of a run game, but their quarterback like is here and there. I don't know if it's their play calling. I'm not really sure. I haven't played. Actually, I haven't paid attention to many Raiders games, so
Right.
I'm gonna go with the Colts here.
Yeah, I'd have to go to the Colts as well. I mean, I like the Raiders coming into this year, but you make a point about their defense. They have no pass rush whatsoever. They don't really have that one player on the defense that can be very reliable, I'd say. At least no one that pops out to me immediately. Against the Colts offense that is stepping up, T.Y. Hilton stepped up last week against the Texans. Michael Pittman could still have a solid game here. Jonathan Taylor had a really good game last week. So against a Raiders front seven that has not looked promising this year, he could have a really breakout game. I got the Colts. I got to go with the Colts. Derek Carr could keep it close because, I mean, he has for the Raiders in most games. But that Colts defense is still not to be slept on. They are a really good defense, of course. They bring it. They also could be getting DeForest Buckner back. I think they got him back last week, but, I mean, he's obviously a game changer for that Colts defense. You saw it when he wasn't present in the Titans game against Derrick Henry.
Yes.
And you saw it last week. So he is very valuable to that defense. So I think he's going to be one of the main forces here to slow down Josh Jacobs if he's back. If not, they're going to have to depend on Devontae Booker again. But I got the Colts. 22-18.
Yeah, I'm going to go excuse me. I'm going to go with the Colts here. I do think this will be competitive, considering, I mean, the Colts are right now in one of the wild card spots, and the Raiders are actually trying to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be very competitive. But I think the Colts will escape with victory. Let's say 29-23.
Okay. Next up, we have the lock of the week. We have the New York Jets at the Seattle Seahawks.
At least it should be a lock of the week, right?
It should be. Seattle Seahawks are trying to bounce back after a heartbreaking loss to the Giants. But, I mean, no one is going to lose to the Jets this year. Let's be real. Right?
Yeah, nobody.
I mean,
this game is just, like, it's obvious, but if Seattle does what they did against the Giants, like, man, like, you got to start thinking smarter, I guess.
Definitely. But, I mean, this is a no-brainer, right? We're going Seattle. We're all going Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Lockett and Metcalf, even Chris Carson should like have field days, career highs in this game.
Of course they should. Let's go Seattle, of course, 37-13.
Seattle 34-10.
Yeah, the Jets suck. They fired Greg Williams before they fired Adam Gase. I mean,
yeah, that was. I feel like that was just so they can like supposedly blame it on somebody, but that I don't think that was it. They just wanted to get rid of him because Greg Williams, as much as he seems like an idiot, like one thing he doesn't, like I feel he doesn't do is like let people like talk shit about him. He'll talk shit like back.
Right, definitely. But one thing about Greg Williams is that he will be saved from the fact that he won't be on 2 0-16 teams. Because remember, he was the defense coordinator for the Browns when they went 0-16.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I guess that's one bonus of being fired by the Jets. Well, being fired by the Jets overall is always a bonus.
It's the biggest bonus you can probably get. Who wants to be with the Jets?
Literally no one. So, but nonetheless, we have a NFC North battle. We have the Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions fired Matt Patricia and came out with a victory against the Bears, a fellow NFC North rival. Now they face the very competitive and looking really good Green Bay Packers. Can they keep it close? What's your prediction?
I'm gonna go with if like Matthew Stafford decides to, show up. Is this a home game for the Lions, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I think if he decides to show up and keep it close, Aaron Rodgers is gonna have to be Aaron Rodgers and complete like a pass to as many people as he can. Because their run game, as much as the Packers look good on the offensive side of the ball, their run game is kind of here and there. Their defense, I still feel like it needs like work. So yeah, I think the Packers still win here, but I wouldn't be surprised if like Detroit pulls off the upset.
Yeah, definitely. Detroit did look a little better last week. They could be getting Kenny Golladay back. I have no idea. He's been out half the season. When he's there, he's obviously a great weapon. He's their number one, obviously. If he's not present, that's definitely going to hurt them against the Green Bay defense. But I still gotta go Green Bay. I just can't bet against Green Bay right now. Aaron Rodgers is on pace for an MVP front runner, arguably. Aaron Jones is obviously Aaron Jones. Devontae Adams is incredible. So Robert Tonyan stepping up, of course. That Green Bay defense or offense is on fire right now. Let's go Green Bay, 35-23.
I'm gonna go Green Bay here, 33. Yeah, 33-24.
Okay. Next game. This should be very interesting. We have the New Orleans Saints at the Philadelphia Eagles. Taysom Hill could be getting the start once again. He is actually undefeated as the starter for the New Orleans Saints. And we could be seeing Jalen Hurts finally get his first career start. The Eagles finally sat Carson Wentz last week. And I got to say, Hurts looked pretty promising. He threw some beautiful dimes to Jalen Reagor and to Greg Ward. So I got to say, can Jalen Hurts turn the Eagles around in this game if he is indeed starting? So what's your prediction here?
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for Carson Wentz, but at the same time, like, I kind of feel like the same thing happened to him that happened to was it Mason Rudolph? Yeah, that like he just doesn't really want to get hit, but at the same time, he's like trying to do too much, like every single play, and the play calling has been bad, but I feel like this game is gonna go to the Saints anyways because the Eagles, like, they can keep it close with their defense. Like, all of a sudden, like, in some really weird games, their defense decides to show up. But yeah, I think I'm still gonna go with the Saints unless the Eagles defense like figures out a way to like what is it, like basically like show that the Saints are just kind of like they figured out a way to get a win against some teams but not every single team.
Right. Yeah, I gotta go to Saints as well. If Jalen Hurts is indeed starting, which I'd imagine he is. If he's not, then I don't know what the hell Doug Pearson's thinking. But I gotta go to Saints nonetheless. This could be exactly what Carson Wentz needs. I feel like he definitely lost his confidence once they drafted Jalen Hurts in the second round. That happens to a lot of quarterbacks. Now, obviously, the Packers drafted a quarterback in the first round, and Aaron Rodgers is playing his ass off right now. But
that's Aaron Rodgers.
Of course, Carson Wentz is no Aaron Rodgers.
No.
So I gotta say this: I really like Carson Wentz. I think he can still be a really good quarterback when his mind is in the right place. But he's obviously not the winning quarterback that the Eagles can run with.
At least not this season.
Like, what I mean is, like, obviously he has no playoff wins. Obviously, when they won the Super Bowl, Wentz did arguably lead them to the postseason, but Foles clearly led them to the Super Bowl.
Right.
So can Wentz be that quarterback that can lead them back into the postseason or even back to the Super Bowl? He hasn't shown signs of that, especially this year.
No.
Jalen Hurts could turn them around, but not against the Saints here. He could look good in his first start, but against a Saints defense that is looking incredible the last few weeks, that D-line is looking great. That secondary is creating turnovers. So if Jalen Hurts is indeed starting, he's going to have a very tough test against a Saints defense. So
yep.
Saints win 27-20.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Saints right here. I'm going to say 24-18. I do think it will be close, specifically because of Philly's defense. And I mean, their defensive line. I think they'll try to pressure and cause Hill to make turnovers, but I think the Saints are still going to come out with a victory.
Right. Next game, we have the Atlanta Chargers. Jesus God. It was same difference. They're both the same team. Atlanta Falcons at the Los Angeles Chargers. These are two teams that just, for some reason, can't win, or they just throw games away. They choke games away. So, what's your prediction here?
Yeah. Shout out to Urinating Tree. He said a couple weeks ago that this game is the game of the team who can blow the lead first, which basically, like, I really don't know who to pick here because the Chargers have blown leads, the Falcons have blown leads, like, at least like early in the season. It doesn't seem like that's happening so much anymore, I guess.
Yeah. Also, the Chargers got blown out, shut out by the Patriots, 45-0.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I might, like, as dumb as I might sound, I think I might go with Atlanta here.
If you think you sound dumb, then we sound dumb because I'm going Atlanta as well.
Same here. I don't
It's
trust
just the Chargers need to fire, what is his name?
Anthony Lynn.
Yeah.
Anthony Lynn, yeah.
And just about every coach they have under their team.
They need to clean house. That whole coaching staff is
I
incompetent.
don't trust the Chargers anymore. I don't.
Well, you never could, but especially not now.
Like, Justin Herbert can't even help them.
They need to clean house before they waste this man's career.
Yeah. It seems like every team that is on Hard Knocks, at least like for the Raiders and so far, like have fired their head coach because he can't do anything.
Damn, man. Well, it appears so because, yeah, I got to go Atlanta. 31-28.
I'm going to go Atlanta. Let's say 28-26.
Wait, 31-28. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Next game, we have the Washington football team, who obviously gave the Steelers their first loss, at the San Francisco 49ers, who just lost to the Bills. So, I mean, this could go either way. Washington is looking much better these past few weeks. That front seven of Washington could get to Nick Mullins, force him to force turnovers, and could shut down that rushing attack. So, could Washington win again? Could they continue their lead in the NFC East? What's your prediction here?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Washington. They literally have no name. You know, we all know what their name is, but because we got to be PC on this, you know, we basically got to go with the team that has no name because the 49ers, they have so many injuries. You know, they can only do so much with, like, barely any playmakers. You know, maybe if they at least had, like, a quarterback, they could probably get the win here.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to go with Washington because, yeah, that front seven, like, we saw it yesterday. Like, because we didn't have an offense, it really, really just got to us.
Right.
It really did. And I think that's where Washington can attack here. Let's go Washington. You know, this is going to be a really big week for the NFC East. So I think whoever comes out on top is really going to be that front runner for the division.
Yeah.
That could be Washington again. So let's go Washington. 17-13. I think this is low scoring, kind of defensive.
I definitely think it'll be highly defensive. I don't really see much of the offense doing anything. I don't know if Washington's going to be getting Antonio Gibson back, but J.D. McKissick, at least for me, did fine filling in, especially in the receiving game. It definitely benefited him a lot when it came to them scoring. I'm going to go with Washington here. I'm going to say 23-20.
Okay. Now, Sunday Night Football, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Buffalo Bills. This will be the Steelers' biggest test so far this year against a Buffalo Bills team that is looking incredible. Josh Allen is looking incredible. That defense is great. You, of course, are a Steelers fan, that Steelers fan. So what shall be your prediction here? This should be interesting.
Oh, boy. Well, obviously, we've said it the past couple of weeks that if the offense shows up, we can win because obviously our defense, even with the injuries, they can, you know, still play. But, man, does our offense need to show up? Like, Ben, can you just kick Randy Fiegner out of, like, Heinz Field because you can call the plays? It clearly shows, you know, sometimes he does make mistakes. You know, we all know that he's a gunslinger, so, you know, I have that same mentality. I've played quarterback a couple times.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I know what it is. I know that sometimes you just want to sling it to that receiver and it gets intercepted, but we just need you to call the plays because the other idiot with glasses over there he ain't working.
No, Mr. Peter Griffin lookalike over there is just, he needs to go.
Yes.
Honestly, if this offense does not pick it up in this game, I can see this being a blowout.
Yeah, definitely.
If the defense doesn't hold their own, like this offense needs to show up.
Well,
And this is against a Bills defense as one of the top in the league.
Right. So I mean, our defense obviously can only hold us for so long, but we are also dealing with injuries on the defense. Hayden's in concussion protocol. We don't know if he's going to be playing. Nelson was out last week. He could play, maybe. Sutton and Hilton can be dependable. Spillane's out for a few weeks. We're going to have to depend on Williamson. So, obviously, Butterpree's out for the year.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're dealing with injuries. And against a hot Buffalo offense, it honestly doesn't look great for us, but this is the time for guys to step up.
Yeah, next man up.
This is why I'm glad we lost last week, because it was a major wake-up call that we needed. And against a Buffalo Bills team, I'm hoping we can see some improvement.
Yeah, because like the thing is, when your defense is pretty much like the entire game on the field, like they're gonna be gassed. They're not gonna have like really any energy to stop, the other opposing team. I mean, if our offense would have at least had like one more touchdown and maybe a field goal, or at least like controlled the clock, like the defense would have stopped Washington.
Yeah.
But like because they're on the field pretty much the whole game, like how is that? How are you gonna get a win?
Exactly.
So they need to understand that they need to, do something. Mike Tomlin, I don't know, he needs to take control of the play calling if he wants to, or give it to somebody else. But I don't know, that's probably not going to happen.
Maybe
it's just so obvious that when Ben's calling the plays, he goes to verticals, he goes to the spread, shotgun. He will actually run the ball once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
But
he'll get
Randy Fichtner just, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like we all know.
It's painful. I get it, man. It sucks. And honestly, if Fichtner runs shit that he did this week, next week, then we're going to lose our second straight game.
Yes.
We're going to look embarrassed. So, yeah, Ben needs to take over. You can see, like, when he's taking over, he gets to use who he wants to use. He wants to use Washington more, and he stepped up last week. So keep getting him involved. He loves Claypool. Toss it to Claypool. Attack up the middle with Claypool, with Juju. I think this is where Juju needs to be utilized better. I'm not going to shit on Juju because, honestly, he's not being utilized to the best of his ability.
No, he's not going on the routes that needs to benefit him, like it did in his first 2 years.
He's taking over the Ryan Switzer role, where he's just doing these small little routes, these short little routes, and getting only 2 yards on fucking 7 catches. He's taking over the Ryan Switzer role. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, definitely.
For a guy like Juju, he needs to attack up the middle. This is where he needs to be utilized better. This is where the Bills are vulnerable, up the middle, in the slot. So exercise Juju a little more. Exercise Washington a little more. Let's see some more receiving options, some more receiving formations.
Yeah.
We gotta be
I actually just want to say one thing, like really quickly. Actually, Just Blaze said it. He said it best that those short passes that Ben's been throwing because of Randy Fichtner, his balls are getting tipped like a lot more. That's why we got that interception, because he was trying to throw a pass that was not even more than like 5 yards.
Of course, that's an incredible point, especially when it comes to like third down, 3rd and 10s, and you throw it 5 yards to Deontay Johnson. He does his little fancy dance moves and doesn't get the first down. It's like,
that's not going to work.
You got to throw past the marker.
Defenses are going to pick up on that, and it's going to hurt us.
They obviously are.
Yeah, because all they have to do is just, all right, send 6 guys to the box and just walk back 2 yards, and you'll be ready to tip the ball or get an interception.
Exactly. Like, this offense has to be a little more creative. Fichtner needs to be a little more creative. He needs to exercise his players a little more. Give them more freedom.
Yes.
I'm tired of all this dinks and dunks and these shotguns and these, just incompetent, conservative,
and inconsistent
calls.
playmaking ability.
Of course. So this is a game where this offense got to step up.
The defense needs to hold us in this game desperately.
Hopefully the injuries are not as severe as we think they could be, and that'll be big against a hot Buffalo offense. So who would you take here?
Well, I'm gonna still go with the Steelers. Another thing I forgot to mention is that like the offensive line needs to open up some gaps for the running backs because I can just see it that like I know Benny Snell, he's a pretty good running back, but it doesn't seem like he has like that sort of like burst to like find the holes.
He definitely does not have
James
burst.
Conner kind of struggles with that too.
Mhm.
But oh my God, when they put in like Jalen Samuels, I'm like, this guy has no vision.
He has no value.
And yeah,
But yeah, I mean, the rushing attack is one thing we ought to be concerned about because we obviously have no rushing game, and I think that's more on the offensive line. They have no push at the point of attack.
yeah, because I'm like, you can't at least push back the Washington front seven like at least a little bit.
Yeah.
On that goal line play, I was like, my God, we had I think it was like 6 tries,
Mm-hmm.
and then and also the 4th down. Oh my God, yeah. So I'm still gonna go with the Steelers, but I wouldn't be surprised if we lost because of the offense not showing up.
That's my biggest fear. I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh as well, but I think it's low scoring, highly defensive, of course. The Steelers have not scored over 20 points the last 2 games with this offense.
Yeah,
I'm hoping
that's depressing.
I'm hoping that's not 3 straight. I go Steelers 23-21. Maybe Boz saves us.
I'm optimistic about this game. I really am. And I do think that guys will come out and play better. But if the Steelers offense specifically comes out and plays like they did the past 2 weeks, we're not going to win.
Fuck no, we're not going to win.
Not against Buffalo's defense or their team in general. And the offense keeps getting off the field so early and so quick. The defense can only do so much.
And that's
considering that they have injuries.
Of course, and that's probably why we have so many fucking injuries.
And that's why I'm going to go with Buffalo, believe it or not. I'm actually going to go with Buffalo here, unfortunately. I'm optimistic that we can get the win. I hope we can get the win, but I'm going to go with Buffalo here. I say they win by a field goal, 24-21.
Okay. But hopefully the Steelers can definitely step up and we can start seeing the true Pittsburgh Steelers, the best Pittsburgh Steelers we've seen all year because we need it. Now, Monday night to close out Week 14, we have an AFC North matchup, a Week 1 rematch where the Cleveland Browns got blown out. Hopefully we see another version of that. I mean, I'd rather both these teams lose, but I'd rather the Browns lose a little more than the Ravens, if I'm going to be real with you, just because I like seeing the Browns fans suffer. Shout out to Loose Cannon, by the way. We have the Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. What's your prediction?
Yeah, I think like every Steelers fan wants to see both of these teams lose, but obviously since they're facing each other, the only thing I guess would probably make us happy is if they got a tie, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
No.
Seeing the team that got a tie against the Browns,
Yeah.
I can't believe that happened.
Not only the Browns,
Anyways,
but the Browns that went.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say not only that, but the Browns that went what? Were they 0-16 the previous year that year?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think I don't want the Ravens to win, but I think I'm gonna go with them. The Browns could, if Baker Mayfield decides to actually play like a good quarterback, I guess, like they could probably win. But that Ravens offense is kind of exposed.
Mm-hmm.
But they could probably still pull out the win. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Ravens here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if they use their rushing, of course they gotta use their rushing attack. That's their whole offense.
Yeah.
Use that rushing attack. I feel like you could keep it close or possibly come up with a victory here. Because these receivers for Lamar Jackson can't be dependent on, nor can Lamar Jackson be dependent on when the game's on the line.
Not even against a terrible Cleveland Browns secondary.
No. So you got to use the rushing attack, obviously. That's all you got.
But their defenses are picking up on that. And they know that the passing game ain't going to work, so all they got to do is stop the run, and then there you go.
Of course. It's very easy to expose a team like that.
And I actually think that's what Cleveland's going to do. I'm giving them props. They're looking real good right now. I'm not going to lie. And I think that they will get this victory right here, believe it or not. I'm going to say 27-24.
I'm still not convinced of the Cleveland Browns. I feel like if they do make the playoffs, which I think they will.
Oh, I'm not convinced
They'll
either.
be one and done.
Yeah, they will go one and done.
Yeah, more than likely.
So, now, I do like to say this, though. The Cleveland Browns have looked good, but when it comes to the AFC North rivals, they get exposed. They can't hang in the North. However, I will say that the Cleveland Browns will win this game 27-24. And the reason why I say that is because I'm hoping reverse psychology works its magic. I think Cleveland Brown wins this game. I think that Baker Mayfield throws another 4 touchdowns. I think Nick Chubb gets 200 yards. I think Cleveland Browns clinch a double-digit win season this year.
For the first time since 2007, I believe.
Of course. And again, reverse psychology. I'm hoping it kicks in.
We'll see.
But anyway, guys, that is our Week 14 predictions with That Steelers Fan, a.k.a. Abel. I want to thank him for coming on to the channel for his predictions, his time, and his thoughts, of course. Great talking football with you, especially when it came to the Pittsburgh Steelers. But hopefully we can get this dub come Sunday, man. Sunday night, of course. Let us know your guys' thoughts down below, man. Again, shout out to you. Thanks for coming on to the channel. Of course, you are more than welcome to join us in the peace and the sign-out.
Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later.
Peace!
Peace.